The past perfect continuous tense is similar to past perfect. Both of them happen in the past, but in the past perfect continuous, the action continuous. Okay. For example, we have a timeline here, and here we have present time, that is now. But for past perfect continuous, something happens in the past, and on the timeline it continues to this point, and it's finished. It was finished, okay, in the past, and something else happened in the past actually. What is the form of past perfect continuous tense? You know about continuous tense, you have to add been and main verb. Because it's continuous, you have to add ing for your main verb. So main verb followed the ing. And because of the past perfect, so it's necessary to add had and had been and main verb. And absolutely we have subject or subject pronoun here. For example, I had been watching TV, okay, to here in the past, and after that, for example, I ate dinner. Okay, ate dinner again is in the past. For all subject pronouns, we have this form in the past perfect continuous tense. If your subject is singular, like I, you, he, she, it, you can say had been. And your main verb here, you can say like watch, like go, like came, come. So you have to write your main verb in the simple form, like see, but you can't use be here in the past continuous tense because of this form. I had been seeing, I had been going, for example, he had been coming. So you have to take it off, coming, because of e ending you have to write coming, coming. Or your all subject or subject pronoun in plural form, you have this form if you want to make your sentence in the past perfect continuous. For example, we, you, or they. You can say we had been learning English. Or for example, they had been playing football. Okay, the action happened in the past and it continues at some point in the past again. A sentence that you can see here, two sentences, 1 and 2. First is in the past perfect continuous because of the form had been and ing. Okay, so we have a timeline here to explain what happened. He had been, start for example, in the past, the time is not important, and when it happened, okay, but we know about something happened in the past. He had been working, okay, continuous until here before he was fired, okay, and then something else happened in the past until now. Okay, instead of had been working, we can use past perfect. For example, you can say he worked Or you can say, for example, he had, because we want to say past perfect, so you can say he had worked before he was fired. No difference. You can use past perfect or past perfect continuous tense. But in the past perfect, it's necessary to remember to write your verb in the past participle. Okay, past participle. Here you can see work changed to worked with ed. Okay, but for some irregular verbs, you have to memorize them. For example, for go, you have to write gone. Okay, the past participle of go, that is gone. But in the past perfect continuous, it's not necessary to remember all verbs in the past participle. Just we have a form like this that you can add. He had been, you can write he had been working. He had been working before he was fired. Before help arrived, okay, this sentence is in the past. The survivors of the earthquake had been praying a miracle. So again, had been praying is another sentence in the past perfect continuous. So if you want to say here, for example, on the timeline, you have to say first this action happened. So you can say the survivor of the earthquake, for example, start from here, had been praying a miracle until here in the past the actually the help arrived here in the past. Okay, and then the other things happens up till now. If you want to write your sentence in the past continuous tense but in negative, you have to add not after had not been, your main verb ing. Okay, so the contraction of had not is hadn't, so you can add hadn't. Okay, when you want to write your past perfect continuous tense in negative, use hadn't. For example, in this sentence, I went to the doctor because I hadn't been feeling well. Okay, what things happen at the first? Yes, past perfect continuous. So on the timeline, I can say I hadn't feeling well. Start, for example, here, and it continues until here that I went to the doctor, and then I felt actually good. Okay, I felt good, or maybe now in the present I feel good now, I'm feeling good now.